Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. This is Julie with J of Creed Freedom. I would like to thank the Lord and give him credit for blessing me with these words that go out to the nations and kingdoms of the earth, to root out and pull down, destroy and throw down, or to build and to plant. So today's a little bit more vanilla. All right, so the Lord was talking to me about something that would happen soon. He didn't use the word, but he said something about one day. So she hated folks, and yeah, dear ones, so we speak of the word soon again today, dear ones, for well, me, man, we for sure been telling her boys that baby boy into her man for like the longest chick, when really the only reason he were flicking his flick at her was to check that she, but this time around, doll, oh, it finally changing on her, folks, and the simplest of all, 1 2 man. And yeah, dude, so we speak of checking up on what his future honey bunny up to, man. All just 'cause he worried about guessing, dude, and guessing some more folks that, yeah, dog. So I doubt that dog of a husband she got there actually treating her right, folks, 'cause she's still looking all sattery to my twitching its twitch. Eye at her bro again, dog. And well, so it finally the right way, folks. And she right, dude. I definitely lied to her boys from time to time, man, and said that it were all hunky-dory of no. Exactly, dog. Livid with me at times, man, for all that I duly drug her through, folks, of no. So no wonder, dude, she a little bit flounder in her flounder on the whole hope score, dude. For can't dog. And yeah, man, so I speak of figuring it out for herself, boys, if baby boy's so-called flickering of the eyes actually mean. Oh, it means something, bro. But well, dudes, junior high as hell. Never actually asked a woman out on a real date, boys, types of tips, dude. And how sometimes they overlooking the one obvious sauce thing that he could do to signal to her jaded as F at him by now A of no. Yeah, girl, so even though I've been ignoring the shiza out of ya gal, I for sure like your t-shirty dress style, hun, and how you trying to keep it all covered up sauce of no, instead of flirting your flirt with like everybody and they dog, man, in my view, boys, when she letting it all hang out of no. Him, dog, it were for him and him alone at that time, dude. I know, dog, women, bruh, and how sometimes they can be a little shameless about. And well, folks, so if you had to lug those bad boys around all day, shoulders hurtin' thing is normal for her, miss. So yeah, dude, she were about over it and a half by then at that time, man. Trying to cover up, hey? Work, dog. It for sure take extra work at times, boys, for them girlies to find no modest sauce of a wardrobe that she. Exactly, bro. Layers upon layers for her, dude, is quite normal by now, folks. All just 'cause they making you latesters in crime. Clothing a little, well, skanky, hun. It's how you come across, doll, when you don't as hell try to cover up, yo. Cleavage of a lifetime, sis. That too true, doll. But should you, hun, actually go on and put it on display for an audience, doll, you attracted a real sick as hell thinking about you and your goods and them audience to yourself, chick, when you go on and display. Exactly, doll. Errors of a lifetime, hun, and ones that you really should consider. Okay, hun. Your choice, doll. If you want to go ahead and get yourself targeted for no rapester sauce of no. Oh, she won't be the only one, bruh. Not by a long mile, sis. So just down, chick. Thinking she deserve. And well, so who's the sicko with that type of thinking, doll? One mishap of a dress at a wedding for his budding and blooming for her at that time self, and she just as hell knew it, boys. The baby boy was sending her his, and signaling to her that, but well, musical as hell performances, chick, and a too broad of a smilin', hey, cheesy as all get out smile at him that night, bro, that caused him to frown and walk away from her attempt at. Okay, so just real quick, it was the fall of 2022, and shortly, gosh, was it? Yeah, I had already found out about the tracking, but I didn't realize how he worked, how Stefan ticked. So it was like at an event at the church in the afternoon, and I was on my way to the bathroom, and there was not that many people there, so I didn't think many people would see it. But I smiled at him like a big smile when I went towards the bathroom, but he didn't respond. And then that was the same. It was the same night, like shortly before everything started. Like I walked up to him and wanted to have like small talk with him, and he just sort of like frowned and walked away. Or we were both actually walking into the room, the big room, but his whole countenance just turned to ice basically, and he looked straight ahead. He wouldn't respond to me, and yeah, it was pretty embarrassing to me actually. So that was when everything it felt like everything fell apart at that point in a way. So he walked away from my attempt at, oh, it were like that, bruh, truly, dog. All that it took to make him jump his Stephanie jump back away from her of, and crying, bro. She were for sure crying at me that night, boys, for a little this whole portion of the rhema, bro, that she didn't actually deserve, hun, 'cause I for sure told her to stay away from his touchy as if a of no. Oh, she learned her lesson well, bro, but well, doubtin' me, dog. Soon as hell afterwards, folks, when she began to realize it deep down that, yeah, papa, so although baby boy's still flickin' his flick at my, and making no cool as hell moves on stage of no, I don't actually know if I trust your man, telling me that he actually still into my, of no, so therefore I'm gone. Oh, she wigged out that fall, folks, and well sad, bro. She got so effin' sad, bruh, about this whole track and lay track situation, bruh, that he actually thought it had to do with, exactly, bro, him, folks. He thought it were all about his so-called rejection of her from his presence that night of, nah, chick, baby girl were for sure facing death at that time, doll. And his little rude behavior to her that night, folks, were sorta like the nail in the prophetic coffin to her, bro. Oh, she thought she were being jewelry or fired at that time, bro. By my. So no as hell need to wonder it for me, bro. As to the how and why she were like pretty emotional at that time, wouldn't she, dog? And that all because she felt no completely alone, stir sauce and confused of no. This year, papa, I for sure thought my Julie thought that you were gonna take care of no Maxter sauce of a marital situation, bro. Broilin' its broil up into. Well, so it were nothin', dog, that happened that year, folks, and a pretty little Constancy of a chick held her tremblin' they tremble at that time hands, dude, and said, the timing, doll. Maybe you just got the timing a little bit wrong, chick of no, and maybe God will work it all out for you one day, doll of no. Exactly, man. It's kinda what you were witnessin' goin' on at that time, man. But did you even know it, bruh? That you were facin' no death as hell threats from at that time of no. Wrong, chick. You and your so-called prophetechy A are for sure wrong about his. So I'm for sure longin' to pull this trigger of no. On your A of no. Oh, it were like that for her, man. Lost the wrong man. Couldn't get the right one to keep sticking around of no. Okay, we got it a bit twisted, folks. And baby boy for sure looking to stick around this time, bro. And try to figure out how pretty little A of no versus walking away from her. All just so he can come back in again into her space of no. Annoyed dude. And yeah, man, so he mean it himself, folks. For not really being able to figure out her confusing, bro. The signals she sends out to manhood are for sure confusing at times, ain't they, dude? And that's all because she but for sure don't want them to like her too much of no. Exactly, dog. Playing with convoy fire in her view, man. And she just about. Right. Well, and I saw the Lord, he was like the grandpa from The Princess Bride when he stands up and he's patting his pockets and saying like, all right, okay. I like that part. So it time, folks, to bid you a farewell and a ta-ta for today, hun. Again, doll, let's keep those things covered up a little bit more for now, chick. What do you say, doll? And he winked. Love ya, hun, and we mean a lot, girl. Otherwise we wouldn't say. Yeah, so the Lord, he works in processes. It's not always like a one and done thing, so it can be like, I don't know. It doesn't have to be like all at once. Although I tried to do that to myself, it was definitely a hard push at first. So I can understand. And I think I think if I had gone slower, the Lord would have been fine with that. He just would have been like, okay, let's keep going. It's kind of how he operates. So, yeah, so we're looking at August. Will be an interesting month because the girls will be home from kindergarten and Damaris will be starting real school soon. So that will be kind of a transition. August is a transition period because school starts in September here in Austria. So we'll be doing that. And um, yeah, still feeling a bit numb, just mostly numb and waiting to see something from the Lord or from Stefan or yeah, something to do with Max. I never expected the Lord to like bring all this to light. Actually, it is some of the stuff that was in the journals at that time that I couldn't share about was having to do with Stefan. But yeah, got the timing wrong on that. I was ready to shut up YouTube shop and just call it a day and say I'm done being a prophetess and I would have somehow admitted some things to y'all at that time. Um, Not sure how I would have done that, but all of that, all of that definitely could have absolutely meant my death at that time if I had to shut up YouTube prophetess shop. So unless the Lord had intervened in a different way, which I will probably step on some toes if I mention what he could have done to help me and save me if he decided I was no longer a prophetess at that time. But yeah, that's some scary stuff to face. If you're wrong about a prophecy, I take it seriously. I'm sad to see when people sort of just like, oops, I got the date wrong. Oops, like here we go again. Let's get another date going for the rapture. Like that kind of stuff is pretty brazen in my view. And I'm thankful the Lord is careful with me and guiding me through those things. So, yeah, I basically read into the timing of something on my own, in my own way that the Lord had not basically said. So, and that was my error. So it was not the words from the journal. It was me. I got this idea in my head about the timing of everything, and I got it wrong. And so, and there was a dream. So the Lord had told me a certain specific phrase, and I had to wait. Maybe he will explain it to y'all in the future. But anyways, I felt that that dream was from the Lord and I felt it meant a certain thing, but me interpreting what it meant was wrong. So I interpreted the dream wrong in a certain way, but I still believe the dream itself was from the Lord at the time, just to help me stay calm and stay focused on my goal at that time, which was to still basically be a good wife to Max that year. That was kind of my goal in 2022. Despite the whole thing with the wedding dress fiasco thing. I had like y'all know I sort of did a makeover that year, so that was kind of I was getting a bit prideful at that point that I had lost weight and stuff, so that was part of it. Anyways, okay, so like I said, it's my goal to do a bit of commentary for y'all and share, but the Lord's taking it step by step with what we're sharing from the journals and the rhema, so and rhema is just another word for word. So the Lord was finding like, just, it's okay. Like, you don't have to use the fancy Greek words. Like, he didn't say that directly to me, but that was kind of like the sense that I got. So the Lord speaks in many different ways, whether you want to call it a word or a whisper or a sensation or a feeling or whatever it is. He can speak as he chooses, as he wills, because he's the Lord. So whatever you want to call it and define it as. We'll just keep it simple for now and just call it the word. So that's it. All right. Thank you for listening. God bless. If you're watching the Olympics, enjoy. um, yeah. It's nice to be distracted from time to time by things like that. All right. We shall hope y'all had a good summer and Well, we're still going a little bit. Anyways, remember God turns darkness into light. God bless.